the 730 project, day 79. I have been having technical issues again with my my video editing app. And in order to work around some of the compatibility issues I was having, because I was running the iOS 13 beta before it became the public release of iOS 13, it was suggested by the company that develops the editing software to run their beta. And I have noticed, for whatever reason, nothing else changes than what I'm doing. Like, I've got a template now for the beginning and ending of the video, and all I'm doing is putting the segment each day in that's new, and the transitions to those. So that's the only thing that changes. And yet, every time they come out with a new build for the beta, it seems like I have problems uploading. Nothing else changes. It's before I even install the new build, right? So I don't know what's going on with that. So I was getting some different error messages the last few days. I think I uploaded 3 days worth of videos today. So I don't know why this keeps happening, but it does. And there was a new build that I downloaded today, and all of a sudden everything's working again. So there you go. I am putting a fair amount of energy into preparing for my next ham radio license exam, which is coming up on Saturday, and I don't feel ready for it at all. So I've got another 4 days plus whatever's left of today to prepare for that. And I don't know, maybe it's a little ambitious, but I'm going to take it and see if I pass this time. The next class license, my understanding is it gets more technical, and for me this is still new information, and there's a lot of questions about, there's a lot of formulaic things, and math is not my strong suit at all. So, and the thing is, I don't have to do the formulas for this test. There's a question pool, and I just have to know what the answers are. I don't have to be able to do the calculations for this. I think it might be a little different on the next level exam. Next level of exam, there's more questions as well, and my understanding is they get more technical. So I'm going to not be in as much a hurry to get that exam done. Probably I will take a couple of months to just kind of gradually learn the material for that. Also on that front, I've learned that the popular software program for programming the radios, now, the radios can be programmed manually, but it's rather tedious. So everyone recommends using the software. Well, with the latest version of Mac OS, it does not support this multi-platform software. I get the software downloaded, I click on it to open it, and nothing happens. So somebody just recently suggested to me that I run the previous version of the OS from like an external hard drive or something like that to be able to run this software, which, more stuff to do, I guess. But if I want to start, getting involved in this hobby that is absolutely fascinating to me, then I gotta do what I gotta do. And some of this, I got some sorting and organizing done as far as, like this unpacking process. Some people, when they unpack, it's like, it just happens and it's fast, and that's good for them. That's not what it's like for me. So I think that's not what it's like for the rest of my live-in family either, because we're all taking a while to get things, and really the garage is still full of a lot of stuff that was in storage for the past year, over a past year. So, excuse me. Now me, someone who dabbles with the idea, at least the concept of minimalism, I'm really starting to ask myself some questions. Does this bring joy to my life anymore? That's the KonMari method, right? Does this spark joy? And if the answer is not an immediate and enthusiastic yes, then you either sell it or donate it or just get rid of it. But when you got a lot of stuff, that takes time. And the KonMari method is pretty specific. She says to start with clothes, and I've been working on scaling down my clothes. I think I still have clothes in storage in another state. See, this is the challenge too, because when we made our last move, which was halfway across the country, we left a lot of things in storage in the state that we first lived in. Now, some of that stuff is antique furniture from my parents. Some of that antique furniture was actually made by my grandfather with hand tools. So a lot of sentimental value there. And that takes up space. So, excuse me. So there's going to be finding room for that in the house once we get those storage units squared away. A lot of the stuff in the storage units, though, I have not seen for over 3 years now. And now my partner and I have a lot of books, and we love our books. So we're most likely not getting rid of our books. But there's a lot of stuff. It's like, well, hey, how much does this serve me anymore? Is there a place for that in my life? And that's what the process is now. It's like, okay, the things that we have now, the things that have been in storage, am I using this anymore? Like, I realized the kitchen is my responsibility, right? Because I'm the one that cooks most often in the house. And just like the containers that we have, like for leftovers and things, oh my gosh, we have accumulated a lot of them because, if you get something at, like takeout containers and things, the ones that are reusable, we reuse those. And so then, after a while, you start to collect quite a few of those. And some of them are really versatile, like the containers when you get soup, like from a Chinese restaurant or a Thai restaurant or something like that. Those containers are very useful for a lot of different things. And so we like to hold on to those. Excuse me. But it's to the point now where we actually have a box next to the cupboard that has all the containers in it. And the containers, like every time you open it, things fall out because there's too much, right? But in addition to that, we have a box with more containers. And so it's like, okay, what do we keep and what do we let move on? We either recycle it or donate it or whatever. And that's a process that does not happen quickly. So that's part of what the day was like today. And yeah, that's it. Trying to move forward, trying to take better care of myself. Here in about a little over a week, I've got an appointment with my endocrinologist. I think my numbers are not going to be where I want them to be. As far as my average blood sugar, and I know that, and so I'm prepared for that. I'm hoping some of my other numbers, like I have a history of having high triglycerides, But some of the changes that I've made in the way I eat, I'm hoping that those numbers are still good. Yeah, I think most of the numbers are going to be pretty good, except for the blood sugar, because something's going on with that. Anyway, I'm rambling now. This this has been day 79. This has been day 79. I will be back here on day 80.